Hey guys, welcome to We Are Family Homeschoolers. My name is Angela. We are a homeschooling family with 7 children. This is our 10th year homeschooling coming up this fall. This is my very first YouTube video, so bear with me. Today I wanted to show you my curriculum picks for my very first high schooler, and this is 9th grade. So let's go ahead and take a look, and then I'll break it down for you. Science course. We have Applied Engineering from Masterbooks. This is the teacher's guide and the student workbook. It's for 7th to 9th grade. In the front of the book, it gives you a daily schedule that the kids can check off. It tells you when to take your quizzes. It has very short worksheets, which we've already started. He really enjoys this curriculum. It has science experiments as you go through. And in the back, it has your quizzes and your answers. So the books that go along with Applied Engineering are Made in Heaven. And this one has some really amazing pictures in here. Very nice quality book. And then we have Discovery of Design. This is a study of biomimicry and how we get our inventions out of God's creation. And then we have this little book, Champions of Invention. This is like mini biographies of famous scientists. So that should be a quick read. Our second science choice, since Applied Engineering won't last us the whole year because we already got started on it, is Exploring Creation with Chemistry and Physics. This one is by Apologia. He's really interested in chemistry, so I figured we would get going on this one this year, and we'll kind of run a double science program. This book is full of pictures. We also have the audio to go along with this so that he can just listen to it and follow along. Tons of experiments. We bought a huge box of experiments that he's going to be putting together for this program. Very nice. Comes with a notebooking journal. In the front of this notebooking journal, you have daily schedules. It's written for 2 days a week. So that's what we'll be aiming for, about 45 minutes a day. It has journaling pages. It has crossword puzzles for your vocabulary. It has places where you can record your experiments. It has extra activities and extra books. It has cursive verses to write down. Mini books in the back of the journal you'll be gluing here. So lots of activities in here to kind of give them practice with what they're learning. And I'll give you a look at the mini books. And these are cut out and glued together and write in your information. Keeps it very hands-on. We're also going to do the Chemistry 101 DVDs on our third science day of the week. So we're going to have bookwork, and we're going to have the audio, and then we're also going to have the visual along with the experiments, so that makes it kinesthetic. So I think that'll be very good for my son. We are also doing Spanish 1 this year by Alpha and Omega Life Pack. Now we're only doing half of the program because he only needs 2 Spanish credits for his whole high school career. So we'll do half of 1 in 9th, and we'll do the second half of Spanish 1 in 10th, and then we'll pick up Spanish 2 for 11th and 12th. So this will be independent for him. We have the audio CDs that go along with it. Lots of vocabulary and verb conjugation. His father and I also speak Spanish, so we'll be working with him through this. This is his total health. This is his health curriculum for his whole high school career. So we'll do a quarter of the book in 9th grade and 10th and 11th and 12th, and that will equal 1 high school credit for health. So we have the table of contents. This is a huge book. It's over 400 pages. It's black and white. I've read some of it so far. It seems to be really appropriate. He'll probably only be doing about 7 pages a week, plus some little worksheets that go with it. For Bible in 9th grade, he'll just be reading maybe a chapter or 2 a day. I believe he's going to start in Genesis and work his way through. We also have a young man's guide to making right choices, Your Life God's Way. I'll show you the table of contents in that. If I can find it. So this is dealing with everyday situations and choices that teenagers need to make to be successful in life. We also have Boyhood and Beyond, which he's already started. This is Practical Wisdom for Becoming a Man. This is really good. I'll show you the table of contents on this. Okay. For history, we are actually doing 3 Masterbook courses for history, and we're going to combine them into 1 year. So we have America's Story 1, and America's Story 2, and America's Story 3. And we're not going to do the workbook that comes with them. Instead, to make it high school worthy, he's going to be reading multiple chapters a week. And they've got pictures in here. And then he's going to be writing a narration for every chapter and working on a timeline. And then every 6 weeks, he should be able to give his father and I an oral presentation on what has happened, probably 12 chapters of history at a time. So that'll work on his speaking. So very nice books. Very easy to read, written right to the child. This has been the first history curriculum he's ever read that was actually understandable and interesting to him. Not one that was boring or hard to understand. So they do tell you when to take narration breaks. I'll probably just have them read through the whole chapter. They're about 5 or 6 pages. And then the pictures. And I believe this goes all the way up to Vietnam, maybe? Well, maybe it goes further. Oh, see, there's Barack Obama, and there's Donald Trump. And we've got the Iraq War, so this covers quite a bit of history in these 3 books. So we'll be doing that for 9th grade. For language arts, we're going to also do 2 Masterbook courses. We're going to do language lessons for 11 Education 5. Most of this, probably about half of it, is going to be real fast review. He'll probably be done in about 5 to 10 minutes. Then it moves on and gets a little harder. It's independent, pretty much. It's got your spelling in here. It's going to be working on a lot of writing. It's got picture studies. It's got poetry. It's got some story work in here. You're going to be writing all kinds of letters by the time you get to the end of the book. It does have a daily schedule that you can check off. It tells you when to do your quarter reviews and get your grades in. Probably about a quarter of the book is all teacher helps in the back. All kinds of suggestions to help your student if they're struggling, and spelling rules and grammar helps in here. There's also answers in the back of the book if you get stuck. Then we have Writing Strands Beginning 1. This focuses on writing skills and narratives and paragraphs as well as reading. So 1 week you'll be doing all writing, the next week will be all reading and literature activities. It does have a daily schedule. We already started this one and he seems to really like it. So let me walk through a couple lessons with you. So this would be 1 page day, pretty much. This is the writing lesson week. Then it gives them space to write. Starts them out with simple sentences, and then they get to paragraphs and what makes a good paragraph, adding in your adjectives and your adverbs, and making things creative and interesting. And then you'll spend a week reading, and you'll be doing a lot of Bible reading. You'll add in your own literature to analyze along with this. So that's been fun for him. For math, we're sticking with Matthew C, and we're doing epsilon fractions, which he's already started. He's going to work through the summer. Every week he watches about 5 minutes on a DVD, and a math professor explains it to him. He's got these cool little fraction overlays where he can actually build the fractions and understand how to multiply and divide them, and find the greatest and least common denominators. He's going to go through a Matthew C program every 6 months, so that hopefully we can get up to calculus, or at least pre-calculus and trigonometry by 12th grade. So, for example, he'll watch a video and he'll do practice A on Monday, practice B on Tuesday. He's going to skip C and go right to review D. And D always has, remember your multiplication, remember your division, remember whatever they've been learning. The rest of the time it will focus on the skill for that book, which this one happens to be fractions. Lots of word problems in here. If he has good grades for those 3 days, on day 4 we go straight to the test, and we don't bother with the rest of the chapter. Then we move on to the next video and the next lesson. And that's how you get through Matthew C book in 6 months, going through the summer. He'll be done with epsilon by October. Beginning in October, he will start zeta, which is decimals and percents, and he'll go through to April. And by April, he'll start pre-algebra, and he'll go through the summer and finish that in October of his 10th grade year. And then he'll move into Algebra 1 and Geometry for 10th, and so on and so forth. After Geometry, I think there's Algebra 2, and then there's Pre-Calculus, and then there's Regular Calculus. So the last thing I wanted to show you is I kind of scratched together a schedule for him, and I put the times, about 30 minutes on math a day, maybe 40 minutes for language arts, 20 minutes for reading, 45 minutes for science, 3 days a week, history, 45 minutes a day, 4 days a week, Bible, maybe 30 minutes, health, 30 minutes, 2 or 3 days a week, Spanish, 30 minutes, a couple days a week. He's going to be mastering a typing program over the summer, so that'll count towards his credits. For physical education, he's going to keep a fitness log, and he's also doing Civil Air Patrol. And then we're going to add in some guitar, because he's been studying guitar. So if he starts on time, it should take him about 4 hours, maybe 4 hours and 40 minutes on the longest day. So if he begins at 8 in the morning, he could be done by 1 p.m. Or if he takes 2 30-minute breaks, he'll be done by 2. Spend an hour on chores, go to bed at 9. That's about 6 hours of free time there to live his life and do his extracurricular activities. So that is my plan for 9th grade. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. Thank you.